The Tour 2024.
The half marathon, it's a long way down the trail, and because we are like the local club for the trail,
Yes.
we go down the trail a lot, probably 20 times a year I'm down there, and then to do that as day 3, it's a long way, but it's so beautiful down there, it really is.
It is, take in the views, enjoy
Yeah.
it, and, you know,
Definitely.
there's lots to see if you look for it on that route.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's part of it, is that, you know, the scenery is lovely and it is flat-ish.
Yeah.
I
It is.
believe that there's a slight incline all the way out,
There is.
Yeah, there is
Um,
slightly, yeah.
which, you know, you've just got to keep going. Just keep going and,
Yeah.
and look at that scenery and let that be what keeps you going. Because I think for me, it doesn't matter whether it's wind, rain, sun, snow, whatever. That route is beautiful every
Yeah,
day.
it is.
Yeah, it really is. And like I really like, because of it being an out and back, I love the bit where you start to get the faster runners coming back past you, because I'm never going to be at the front of anything.
Yeah.
But I really like that, because that's a really good opportunity to kind of say well done, or kind of be part of that, which, circular routes, you don't tend to get that for,
No.
So that's a really nice thing, that you kind of get to see everybody else coming back. It can make the turnaround point seem like it's getting ever further away sometimes, but it's there because you know that it's there because you've seen the other people coming back.
Yeah,
So
and you know
it's
on
all
your
good.
watch about how many miles it should be.
Exactly.
But yeah, it always surprises me how quickly I see somebody coming back.
Yeah,
the
it's
other
like there's
way.
no way they've run 8 miles already and they have.
No.
So.
It's absolutely amazing. And that's another really great thing about the tour, is that, it is really inspiring to sort of see people from sort of really, really, really fast people to people who are maybe doing their first events and things like that. And you've got sort of all sorts of different types of runners there. And, I really love seeing sort of people out doing their thing, enjoying their running in whatever way that looks like.
Yeah, and I think that is the nice thing, that no matter whether you're at the front or you're at the back or you're a middle of the pack runner, you can always cheer somebody on, particularly on that out and back, because, you see the fast ones coming back while you're still going out. And then when you're coming back, you see those that are slightly behind you, and you can, cheer them on and keep them going as well.
Exactly.
Well, a couple of years ago, we had Jenny from our club do her first half marathon, and I don't think she mind me saying, but I think she was 73 at the time.
I think I interviewed her
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
after
So
that,
I think she was 73. That was her first half marathon on the tour, and she properly enjoyed it. So it just shows you can be 18, you can be 98, and everything in between. That it's suitable for all ages.
And is she
all
still
ability.
running? Is she
Yeah,
still
she's
part of
still
the club?
running. Yeah, she's still part of the
Wow,
club.
yeah.
So she's all part of the club, and she's running. She'll probably be down there for the tour, supporting it on the Saturday again this year. But it's just an event for everyone, all ages, all abilities, and yeah. to
And
come
so
down.
you have run the tour yourself before,
I have, yeah, I
Barry.
did
How
two-
did you find it when you did it?
Yeah, it's a very weird one because it wasn't what I expected. The first day I was thinking, I can't do 4 days of this because it's quite a challenging course that
It
on
is.
day 1, and I thought, oh, here we go. And then on day 2 for the Hell on the Fell, I was expecting more of it on the Fell.
Yes.
I was
yes.
just like, oh, right. So
It's quite a long time before you actually get on the fell,
exactly.
isn't it?
So then
Yeah.
I was like, oh, right, so that was it. And then it's the short turnaround from Friday night till Saturday morning, and then it's down the trail, and then it's just like, oh, I've got 13 miles to do today. And then the Hyde 7 on day 4 is a really good one. It's like a victory lap, really, because you've done all the hard work on the half marathon
Yes,
day.
yeah.
So it's a nice run up to G Cross, up to Godley, and then back down again. So it's a nice route that I was surprised how nice day 4 route was.
Yeah, it is an enjoyable run, that. And I think that's probably the route where you get the most spectators.
Yeah.
Because it's quite easy for them to be at the start, then bob up to the top of G Cross, over to Hattersley,
Definitely, yeah.
and then back down to see you at the finish line. So you see people cheering people on at maybe 3 or 4 points across the route, which I
and it's a
always
great
find
finish
quite
line
nice.
there on day 4
Yeah.
at Hyde.
The downhill.
The downhill.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
crowds are normally out quite well as well, and other club mates are out, and it's a good finish, and then you've done the full tour then.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
The route's quite nice on that one, because although at the beginning you're looking at that hill thinking, oh,
How
goes
am I
on
going
and
to
on,
get
doesn't
there
it?
after 3 days?
but it sets you up nicely, because at least that's not at the end.
Yeah.
There's
Yes.
certain other races that I've done where that would have been at the end, and you're thinking, oh goodness me, I've got no legs left now. So,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
it's nice. It goes up and then it's up-ish, but not as much down towards sort of Hattersley. And then you've got that nice drop down into Hyde afterwards.
Yeah.
So it from that point of view, it's a well-designed course.
It is. There's just that little sting in the tail, isn't there, where you turn off the main road after Godley Station and you have to take that left turn. It's a slight uphill to the Active Tameside site
That's right,
before you
yeah.
go back down.
Although
again. That
living and
always
training
gets me.
in Glossop, it's not really. So many people told me about this hill, and I was just like, "Yeah, that's not a hill." So, not living in Glossop, everything's a hill. So, but no, it's a great event. Every day is something different. So,
And what would be your sort of takeaway or your hint or tip for anybody running the tour for the first time this year, Barry?
if I put my coach's hat on, it's just recovery. You need to just prioritise that recovery. Where Charlotte mentioned before about like eating and drinking and stuff like that, it's stretching between as well. Just make sure that you get all of this stuff in as much as you can, carbohydrates, protein and all that stuff. So, and just recover for the next day, because if you don't, you won't be ready for the next day.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
And
So,
I suppose also on training, it's like you should be putting in consecutive day training. So where people might train for a marathon and train on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for example, it's putting in a couple of weeks where you are training on consecutive days, so you can mimic what you're
it's
doing.
that getting up and putting those shoes on again when you've maybe still got a blister or an ache or a pain from the day before, because actually you've got to do that 4 times.
Yeah, it's like on the Friday, you'll literally go to sleep, open your eyes, and you're back racing at
Straight
Hadfield,
into running mode.
straight in again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you need to mimic that in training before race day.
And how long have you been a coach?
I've been coaching for about 8 years now.
Wow.
So I've been coaching the club for about 8 years. I coach other people as well away from the club, sort of thing, and just a variety of people. To be fair, just I just love. I probably enjoy coaching more than I enjoy running now. To be fair, just getting people to achieve things that they didn't think they could achieve, and be that like someone's ran a marathon or someone's gone under 20 minutes for park run or 30 minutes for park run or whatever. So
Yeah, it must be quite rewarding to see that person finish the full tour or finish a marathon when you've been on their journey, right, from when they did Couch to 5K or wherever they started.
Yeah, and we always have, like, for marathon plans and stuff like that, we'll always sit down in the pub first and just have a chat about, right, this is what your plan's going to look like. And then at the time, when you see the plan, it's quite daunting at first when you think, I've got to run 350, 400 miles in training. But then you see them grow from week 1 to week 16. And, yeah, it's really good. I love it, to be fair. I'd do it full time if I could, but don't pay the bills.
And so what's the future for Start to Jog? Do you want to continue to grow, or are you happy where you are?
Yeah, the number one aim has never been to grow it as big as we can, because I could grow it to 500 next month. That's not the plan. The plan is to have people out actively training. So I don't want a group of 200 people and only 5 people train each week, or 20 people. I want everyone out training. So as a club, we have running sessions a couple of times a week. I also coach an athletic conditioning class every fortnight. We also have a strength and conditioning class and a spin class at a local facility as well. That's where I should be tonight. So we have that. So we have all sorts. We go to the track at the Etihad as well for some speed work on there. We have fell, social sessions, trail. So we literally cater for every terrain, every speed. People that do park run in 17 minutes, people that do park run in 47 minutes, people that do ultra marathons, people that do Ironman triathlons. And then, as I say, we start at 12 and we go up to 77 at the moment. So, yeah, literally cater for everything. And there's always something on. People are training pretty much most nights.
There's always a race or an event somewhere, I guess. Isn't
Yeah,
there?
yeah. So the club, each year the club does stuff that we weren't doing the previous year. So we're not a club just to rest on our laurels and do stuff the same like we've been doing for the last 10 years. We will always move on and progress. And our coaching team, like we have the largest coaching team in Derbyshire at the moment and most qualified in Derbyshire.
Wow.
So and our coaches me and one of the other coaches has just been on a fell course, so we can take people out on the fells and all that stuff. And yeah, so nothing hard and fast. Like I say, we're going to do X going forward, but we will continue to push forward and stuff like that. And say the junior section's going really well now, so that's good. So we've got.
I think it's good to grow the young people within a club, because I think we're all aware how much COVID, for example,
Yeah.
affected the young people and took them out of that habit in their sort of formative years of actually doing proper
Yeah.
exercise.
Yeah, definitely so. And it's the junior section's been going for about 18 months, I'd say now, and it's really good. It's great to see them out. And like when they first started, I remember the first session I coached it, and it was like all the boys were over there and all the girls were over there, and they wouldn't
Yeah,
speak to each
separated.
other. They wouldn't look at each other. It was like boys and girls, and that was it. And then now it's like a proper club. Obviously, we have the kit and everything as well. So, and then some of them went down to cross country last year in the Manchester Cross Country
Yes.
League. So some of the juniors went down to that, and some of them did really well in that as well. So it's good just to see them out doing cross country. I was coaching track last Friday. The juniors were out at track last Friday, and then they're coming out to trail next week. And there was a
They had
session
fell
yesterday.
session the other weekend
Yeah,
as
fell
well.
session the other day.
And that's great, because that's the sort of thing where, you know, that's an opportunity that young people might not do if they weren't in the club or
As part of
something
a
like
club,
that,
yeah.
because they don't necessarily know the routes, and they need to have sort of some kind of level of supervision so that it's safe and that sort of thing. But wow, what an amazing opportunity for them to get up in the hills and
Yeah,
to
exactly.
experience that.
Yeah.
You know, and hopefully develop that love of running themselves kind of as they get older as
Yeah,
well.
because I
and keep
think,
it going.
I mean, that's part of the thing. I think, obviously, you're based over sort of Hadfield, Glossop area, which is where I'm from as well. And we have all these amazing places to run. But as a group of young people, one, it's knowing where are the routes and where can I actually run. And two, it's, well, actually, you've got to be safe when you go out as well. So if you be part of a club, you've got that guaranteed
Yeah.
safety, haven't you?
Exactly. And even like Barry said before, like doing the fell socials for the senior members as well is fantastic, because lots of people don't see themselves as someone that can run in the hills.
No.
Because there's sort of you've got that image of what does a fell runner look like, and a fell runner knows how to navigate and you know,
Exactly,
that sort of
yeah.
thing. When actually there's lots of routes that you don't have to be brilliant with a map and compass for, as long as you know where you're going, and it, you know, obviously you've
Yeah.
got that safety level.
Yeah.
But going out together and doing those routes together with Barry and the other coaches that have done the sort of the fell training and things like that, you know it's safe. You know you're not going to accidentally wander off into a field that you shouldn't be in or
Yes,
something like
exactly,
that.
yeah.
And you know there's that thing of like safety in numbers, so that if anything does happen, you know there's other people there. But you know you're getting to experience that sort of landscape and the type of terrain and that type of training that's completely different for your legs as well.
Is, yeah.
So you know it's a really brilliant opportunity
And
for
they're well
everybody.
attended, and the adult ones, I have to stipulate the adult ones, but the adult ones always finish at a pub as well. So it's always
What
good.
more would a runner want than to
Exactly.
finish
So
at-
you go,
yeah, you gotta
go for-
rehydrate.
You go for a run in the hills and then get some drink afterwards. So yeah, no, they've gone really well, that has. So yeah, it's good.
Great. So the Saturday, the Hero Half Marathon, that is effectively your home run for your club.
Yeah, as you
Yes.
go onto the trail, as you go through the car park, that's where we meet for most of our training sessions historically. So
So will we see a lot of red and white T-shirts there?
yeah, there'll be lots of people out. I say we've got lots of people running this year, the full tour, and then we've got some people doing the individual events, and then we'll have marshals out helping out and everything in between. So yeah,
Great.
we'll be
There's
out.
usually a group of people sort of head to sort of Torside car park. That's quite a good sort of
Yes, yeah.
cheerleading spot as well.
Yeah, it's one of the
Um,
access points, isn't it? for
Yeah,
the-
exactly.
the trail.
So, but yeah, definitely there'll be people out and about and cheering on, volunteering, participating, families as well. You know, that's the other thing, like you said, with having the community
Yes, of
market
course,
thing
yeah.
as well. That because we've got quite a lot of junior members who aren't like old enough to actually participate in the club yet, but kind of they come along to stuff as well. So
Yeah.
it's quite a nice. It's got a real family feel, the club, and that's the same for the
with the tour,
half
so
as
they
well,
can,
with the tour.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if people are listening and they're interested in starting to run and even being part of a club, how can they get involved? How can they get on to start to jog?
Yeah, well, I'll talk about our club and any club, to be fair. But if you look at all of the clubs, the best way is to go onto their website. Most clubs have a website these days. Most clubs are on Instagram,
Of course,
Twitter,
yeah.
everything else there, and just touch base with them, and they will always let you come and try the club. So just say you are interested in trying our club, we would let you try the club for 3 weeks. And then you
Okay.
can go to all the sessions, see what we're about. If you like it, you can join. If you don't, that's okay. And then And then you just take it from there, and you'll find all of the clubs they're all fairly friendly and stuff like that. So
yeah, I think that's something, certainly since I've been involved in the tour to this level, that I've found is that no matter which club you belong to or which group of people you go to, everybody's welcoming and friendly, which is nice.
Yeah, I think the thing is as well is if you're a bit on the fence about, well, I don't know if I want to join a club or not, I 100% never saw myself as a runner or as a club runner. That was like definitely not something that I would do. I would go and run by myself, and it was really sort of my husband who sort of gave me the push to say, just go and try a session and see if you like it. But actually you won't look back, because you'll always then have somebody that you can go for a social run with, somebody that who can motivate you when you're not really feeling it, somebody that will kind of give you that pat on the back when you've done well.
Of course, yeah.
And eventually our families get really bored of us talking about our running. So
They
it's
join in
nice
as
to
well.
have other people to, and that is the thing, is that gradually you can drag the whole family along as well, and it's great. But yeah, if you think that you're not a runner or you're not a club runner, just give it a try, because if you run, you're a runner. You know, that's how it is.
It doesn't matter what speed you're doing.
No,
if
not
you're
at
out
all.
there, you're running.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant. Well, it's been lovely to see you both, and I look forward to seeing you in 3 weeks' time.
Yep, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
The Tour 2024.